Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a comparison, a tank versus tank, and it is the Panther II versus the Panther 8.8. Both German, both medium tanks, and both tier 8. Now, DPM on both tanks is exactly the same at 2,411. Both the same with APCR and HE as well. Both penetration is exactly the same at 203. And both the alphas, the same rate of fire, reload, caliber, shell velocity, they are all the same. Now, the 8.8 has a better aim time, quite a bit better actually, at 1.54 compared to 1.72. And the dispersion is better at 0.299 as well. And it has better movement, better, or actually worse gun elevation, but the same gun depression. And the speed is exactly the same. However, the 8.8 has a better power to rate ratio, so it actually feels a lot quicker than the Panther II. It has better effective HP, slightly worse terrain resistance on some, and some things are better. They're very similar, but I think the Panther 8.8 just literally nudges over the Panther II. The armor profile is better on the turret of the Panther 1, and it's also better on the hull. So the armor profile is ever so slightly better, an extra 10 millimeters of armor on the Panther II, over the Panther 8.8. So what is worth? I mean, the win rate is better on the 8.8, but that is due probably because less people are playing it. Only a few hundred people, 300 or so people are playing the 8.8 over nearly 2,000 of that of the Panther II. So the Panther 8.8 is currently in the store. So is it actually worth buying the 8.8, or should you just buy the Panther II? Now, this game here, you can see I am driving the Panther II, and Fizzy in his press account is driving the Panther 8.8. And you could just see Fizzy pulling away from me there, and he pulls away quite a lot. It's not just a little bit. You can see him, he's keep pulling away. So even though the speed is exactly the same, you can clearly see there that it is massively quicker in the Panther 8.8, which makes all the difference. It makes massive amount of difference when you're in a medium tank. You want that speed. The armor profile, as I've said, is very similar in both. You can get the bounces, on the turret, you can get some troll bounces on your hull, but it's not really the armor that you can rely on those bounces. Luckily, me and Fizzy, we went on the right side. We knew we was going to be alone. We knew we could have been up against 3 medium tanks. But we thought, you know what, we're both competent players. We're both on voice together. So being on voice makes a massive difference as well. And we are literally coordinating, telling each other, let's just ignore the Pantera. Let's just go for the Pajero. I'm saying to him now, I'm shooting him, and I almost screamed at him there. You didn't see it, but my shell literally went under his gun, between his hull and the gun, and I was just like, Fizzy, you're a moron. And he even said, your shell just flew through me. That's how close the shell was to missing that tank there. So now I'm telling Fizzy, just sit back, you've wasted your hit points, now let me use my hit points. So we're hit point sharing, and when you do that, I've said it before, when you do that in a platoon especially, you will start winning more games. When you hit point share, when you focus fire like me and Fizzy have done in this battle, you will 100% win more battles than you would normally. So I'm going to go for the IS-2 SH here. And Fizzy's now actually telling me to go up. He said, I would go up if I was you. There's quite a few tanks around here. So I'm like, okay, you go up. I'm going to go here because I know that the Borzik is coming. So I do get that shot on the Borzik, but unfortunately, we do take a nasty shot. Now, the DPM, God knows what Fizzy was doing there. He went full Rambo mode. He tried jumping on the tanks, but that's good. All the tanks are around that area. I'm going to sit behind. And at this point, I don't think Fizzy cares if he dies. I don't really care if I died, because it basically is a game over. He does take the T-34 there, and I'm going to get one more shot on this VK-168. So the penetrations on both tanks are very good. It does the job. It's not the best, but it does the job. The speed is okay on the Panther II, but as the Panther 8.8, as you saw, it is quite dramatic. It's much more quicker because of the power to weight ratio, etc. So I'm thinking, right, okay, I did quite a bit more damage than Fizzy did there. So how about we swap it? I drive the Panther 8.8 and he drives the Panther 2. Now, if he does more damage than me here, surely you would think, okay, maybe it is the Panther 2 that's better. And if I do more damage, maybe it's just that I'm better than Fizzy, which is most likely the outcome, you know, because Fizzy's not that great, to be honest. We all carry him when we do Platoon with him, when we play in clans. Like when any of my clan members or anyone that I know Platoon with Fizzy is always saying, like, they always message me after and say, hey Meadsy, I've just Platoon with Fizzy, like, does he always need carrying? I'm like, yeah, that's Fizzy, that's Fizzy. We all have to carry Fizzy, I'm afraid. And I think this game is going to be no different. So again, we are on voice, same game. This is literally back-to-back games here, and we wanted to push the middle here, and this Chimera is just getting the brunt of everything. He's got all our tanks here, and he has just received like nasty shots into him. Doesn't have the, I mean, it'd be good if it had more gun depression. Not quite sure, is it 8 degrees or 8 degrees, 10 degrees? I'm not actually sure, but the gun depression, I'm trying to get into a position where I can use the gun depression, I could use the turret, and again, me and Fizzy here, because we do have that DPM, between us we have, I mean, great DPM, very good. It is very good DPM, these Panther tanks, and if you have 2 of them in a platoon, this is actually a really good platoon matchup, to be honest. If you work well together, you've got good DPM, you've got decent speed between you both, and when you coordinate with each other, like now I'm saying to him, right, the Tiger's on his own, Fizzy, like they've all left this Tiger, let's go for the Tiger. So we are rushing towards the Tiger. We've got the hit points, you can see he's in front of me because he's got more hit points, and then I just sort of I want to take out that German Bulldog, which we do, and then we can go back to this Tiger. And I think this kind of gameplay, yes, I do bounce my shot there, this kind of gameplay I absolutely love. When you've got a tank like this Tiger here sat in the open, and you've got 2 medium tanks circling all around you, like you're 2 piranhas and a fish in the middle, like just hunting their prey. I think it's an amazing gameplay, and I really enjoy this kind of gameplay where you just pick a target and you really bully them, which is exactly what we just done with that Tiger there. So before you know it, it's a 6 versus 2. We're going to go for this IS-3. We're going to get 1 shot there. Fizzy comes. I think Fizzy maybe takes a shot, but we do manage to kill him for our 2nd kill, which now just leaves this Super Persian left. And when I talk about working well as a platoon, we're going to do just that against this this E6 here, this Super Persian. Now originally we was like, should we just ram him, like double ram him, but yeah, I kind of blocked Fizzy there. He comes down and almost nudges me in a minute, but he is actually going to save my life. So you can see he's got the hit points. He actually almost cost me my life by ramming this guy, so he's actually facing me, but you can see him in a minute. He is going to try and get in the way of the tank. So that was actually a really good game. Overall, I do think the Panther 8.8 is a better tank. I do think it is a better Panther, a better Panther 2. Is it worth buying? Now, is it worth buying? If you look at in the store at the moment, yes, it earns credits. It does earn the credits. In the store at the moment, it is for sale with a few different offers, like a few different bundles, which we are about to see. Now, bear in mind, the Panther 2 is a free tank. It is a tech tree tank. It's still just as good as the Panther 8.8. Now, these tanks don't win. They're actually really low globally win rated tanks, which I am doing a top 5 lower losing tank sort of video. But as you can see here, you can get this tank. You can either get it for 5,000 gold, which I think is about right, to be honest. The price is about right, or you can get it for 8,000 gold with the Panther M10 and with the Tiger 131. Now, all 3 of these tanks are kind of meh, but for the price, that is a decent price. But in all honesty, I would rather pay 6.5k gold there right next to it for the E75 TS. They are decent tanks, but you know, they are also just meh. They kind of lose. So I honestly wouldn't buy the Panther 8.8. I would look in the store at this tank. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy. Catch you soon.